everybody, and welcome back to Musings by Nikki. I'm here today with our 3 super chunky signatures. So, look at these guys. At the end of the last video, I went ahead and just clipped in a few tags and put things in pockets. And this is how full this thing is. She's a way too chunky girl. Like, if I do my rule about measuring, you know, this thing, we're going to need like a 3-inch spine. And that's going to look weird on a book this small, I think. Yeah, and 3-inch spine, I'm looking on my board right now. 3-inch spine would mean these things would have to be squished together really hard. And when you open it up, it's going to go like that. So, this is the stage in which we do editing. Okay? So, like right now, my signatures are too chunky. So, this is where I typically get to in almost every project. This is why I don't sew my signatures in before I decorate, because I just know myself and I know I do the most. So if I had sewn these in and then started going at this, I would have either A, I wouldn't have embellished as much, and I kind of like that embellished look, or B, I would have made them too chunky and I would have ended up with a super, you know, fat, wide alligator mouth journal. So what we're going to do now is you got to be brutal, because, you know, you tend to fall in love with every page and you go, oh, but I love the way this looks, right? I love this layout. I love the book page here and it's echoed with some print and text over here. Okay, I can't get rid of that page. Oh, I like how those go together. Can't get rid of that page. Oh, I love how the yellow and the blues. Can't get rid of that page. Right? Can't do that. So I'm going to look at this signature and I'm going to say, oh, yep. Okay. I'm going to say this page with these two, this is already just chunky in itself. I bet you if I take that page out, oh yeah, look at that. Look how much skinnier that sucker is. Perfect. So now don't fret. These pages are going to a good home. We're going to create a single signature soft-sided journal. And the benefit of doing this in this particular project right now is that I'll be able to show you guys how I make a single signature, slow down, journal as well. So this one will stay set to the side here. And then let's see if there's anything else we want to pull out of here. Well, that one took a lot out of there. So let's see. Let's take a few pages out of the other ones and then we'll reassess where we're at. So maybe a pocket page, because we've got one in each signature. So that would be okay. Maybe this book page. I'm going to keep my finger in where I'm thinking. Yeah, probably those two, because we'll take this one out. Whoops. And then we'll take out this pocket page. Whoops. Oh, now I'm catching everything on everything. Okay, we'll take, because that's kind of chunky too. Oh yeah, that skinnied that up. And there's still a lot of good stuff in there. Oh, already look at how much better we're looking here. Yeah, now we just gotta edit this one down a little. Last one. That's kind of a thick page. I'll leave that pocket page in. Maybe this one. Boy, there's not a lot in this one. We'll take this page out. And let's see. Maybe just another, oh, this has got a flip. Well, let's leave that in though, because did I put one of those in every signature? I did though, I think. So maybe that could come out. I bet that'll do it. All right. Yeah. Okay, so that feels way more manageable, guys. Now if I look at like a 2.5-inch spine. And I'm just looking here on my board. If I look at a 2.5-inch spine, then that gives us plenty of space, I think. And it's not, it'll still be a little alligator mouthy, which, you know, is okay with me, but it'll tie down nice. And so when I let go of this, it doesn't just explode. It just pops up a little bit. See? Much better. Much better. So we're going to, these will be our final signatures for the book. And so we'll need to build a book cover for these. But let's take a look at what we've got left over right now. And then I went ahead and printed off a few extra of the kit pages, since these don't have any of the actual like kit pages. And then I printed off another one of the file folders for the center of the signature. So let's go ahead and decide what we want on our outside page. Let's put one of the pages from this on the outside of the signature. Let's go with, we'll go with that one. Actually, let's go with this one. That one's pretty. Okay, so we're just gonna do this. And here's what I'm doing right now. I'm just putting together only and simply the pages of the extra pages of the kit that I printed out, and then the pages that we just pulled out. Now I'm gonna have to go and find some more, like probably just some more coffee stained stuff to put in here. Let's put a few more of these in there. And it's okay if this one gets a little chunky. I will show you guys how I do my, I think I showed it in one of my previous videos, how I make that single signature soft cover that's scored so that you can accommodate a little extra. Oops. Let's see. Yeah, we can go like this with this one. And then this will go in the center. Now already this is feeling a little chunky, but we'll put a few more pieces of coffee stained paper in here just as some writing spots. But now look, we've got like an almost embellished single signature. Now, however, we do have all these extra pieces that haven't even gone in yet. So I've got a couple tags. I'll probably put at least one of these tags in. I've got 3 tags. We'll put one of those in. I'll make sure that none of those, you know, coffee stained pages. We've got some snippet little clusters here. I mean, we've got a couple of these. We've got one of the butterfly tags, and then we've got a bunch of slides, and I've got another napkin flip that I made that could go in. So we've got all this jazz as well over here. So, oh my goodness. Okay. So what I'm going to do right now is, I'm going to pause for a second and go grab some coffee stained paper, cut it down to size, to put in here. Well, I'll come back and I'll show you what I do. Hold on just a second. Let me grab some paper. Okay, guys. So I'm going to move these things up here for a second. I just grabbed a stack of regular coffee stained paper, and I've got my cutter here. Okay. So I'm going to try and fit this on here. Oh, I've got to move my signatures are running into other things. Oh my gosh. Good planning here, Nikki. Okay, so I've got, I don't know, I just grabbed a stack of coffee stained papers. They are 8.5 by 11, which if you're here in the US, that's our standard size. If you're not, it's A4, and I don't remember exactly what those measurements are, but close. This kit prints out to 5 by 7. The pages are 5 by 7. So I'll show you here with our signature. Yeah, 5 by 7. So we want our pages to be 10 by 7, right? 7 high. And if we want them 5 wide folded, we want them 10. So sorry if that's like real old news to some of you. Trying to make sure that I give out info that is good for the whole gander here, not just the one goose. Okay, so we're going to cut it off. So now I've got it 10 wide and I need it only 7 tall. Okay, so now I've got my gob of, let me put this back in its little basket. I'm going to put these down here and we can just fold these in half. So the nice thing about doing a single signature like this is, like I said, we can chunk it up a little bit. Oh, some of these have a nice little grunge on them. I like that. Because I'll show you how to make the spine that expands a little bit. Now, I think for our hardcover book, we will fabric cover it. That is by far my preferred method. I've done paper covered ones, but I really, you know, if you've watched me for any amount of time, one of the things that I just really love is if there's texture on things or hand feel on things. And I love the feel of a, boy, wrong end. I love the feel of a cloth covered hardcover book. It's just my jam. So almost every hardcover book I make, you will see that it's almost always, unless it's a repurposed book cover, you know, like a prefab book cover. Okay, now we're just going to go through and add these in every here and there. And this just provides a little bit more writing space since we pulled out, you know, since we don't have a ton of writing space in this one. Come on, fingers, work for me. Okay. And one more right there. Okay, so you can see those don't add a ton of bulk, but they do add a lot of writing real estate. Our signature still isn't like super, you know, huge or anything. Let's count how many pages we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 pages. So we're good, 17. I like to keep my single signatures usually to 20 or something. It can get hard to get your all through the signature, honestly, if you make it too big or too thick. Okay, but I like how this is. Let's go through and, you know, see if we can throw a few clusters in here and there and a few tuck spots. Oops. And then I think that'll be, let's see, I'm trying to think, do I have any other things that I want to tell you specifically about? Oh, my glue has been acting funny. I think it's maybe time to get a new, like, actual bottle. I've had this one for a while. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to tell you about editing the signatures. This is the point, you know, sometimes editing the signatures means adding some papers in, because maybe you're happy with the way that 2 of your signatures are and your 3rd one seems thin. So you can actually go and add some things in, add an envelope into the signature, something like that. This would be the perfect time to do that stuff. Yep. I was going to say, and you know, sometimes when I'm watching my videos back as I'm editing them, I go, oh shoot, I should have said that. When I'm putting my clusters in, one of the things I was going to say, and I forgot to say, was I try to go, so like if I've put a cluster in on this page at the top of the page, then on the next page I try to put something lower rather than putting them all in the upper hand corner or the lower hand corner. Sometimes you get stuck in a rut where you're like, oh, that looks good lower. It looks good lower. But that bulks up that bottom corner of your book a lot. So if you try to split your elements and make sure that sometimes you don't always just put pockets at the bottom. Sometimes you put them in the middle of the page, and that way some of that bulk and the loading, you know, the top loading stuff, it just helps. It helps to with, like, you know, not just bulking up the bottom corner of your book, because I've definitely done that where all the stuff is in the bottom pockets and everything, and then the bottom part is bulked up, and you can spread some of that and it won't be as bulky if you, like I said, just spread it around a little. I do have some of these definition RipStrips left, so we might throw a few of these in. So as we're doing this, let me just say thank you to everybody who made it to the end of yesterday's video. I was just like laughing. I was just checking my clusters on the bottom of that page before this, so we'll put this one up. I was laughing at all the comments that said kangaroos love peanut butter, and then someone said kangaroos love peanut butter. Do they? Question mark. And I'm not going to put something there because this page is already pretty decorated, so we'll save the little clusters for pages that seem bare, like that. That seems kind of bare. So I'll put one of these on as a tuck spot, an upside tuck spot. So I was just laughing, and then somebody said, kangaroos love peanut butter. Do they? And then I went, you know, now I'm curious, like when you do things like that and you plant that thought in my head. So I Googled, literally Googled, do kangaroos like peanut butter? And much to my surprise, there was, okay, do you guys know about the website answers.com? There was literally a person that had written a question on answers.com that said, do kangaroos eat peanut butter and molasses? Like, that was their honest question. And then the only answer and the only response was, if you give it to them. Like, this is the stuff in the dark corners of the internet, you guys. But it's totally amusing me. I laughed out loud at it. I was like, if you give it to them, I guess. So I'm going to stick this in here, but I'm not going to stick it all the way up in there so it doesn't get stuck in, because I've glued things in plenty of times. So it's just kind of sitting there loosely. I'll tuck it the rest of the way later. Okay, so I was dying at the whole do they eat peanut butter thing, and realized I'm going to do the same thing here with this. I'm going to make it a bottom tuck. I realized that, so, you know, the thing that made it funny is that not only had this person actually asked the question, right? So that's one thing, that somebody actually asked this on answers.com. But the best part was, there's no way I would have ever found that if I wasn't Googling it in the first place, right? So not only did somebody ask the question, but also somebody answered that question. And then I found it out by Googling, do kangaroos like peanut butter? Oh my gosh. It gave me a real good laugh yesterday. Same thing, not tucking that in too hard. Yeah, so that was good. Thanks for I forget who it is that actually said, do they? Question mark. Yep. So apparently if you give it to them, Maybe they will. I don't know. Oh my gosh, that was good though. Maybe we will. I should have saved that fern one to put here. I don't think it really matters. We'll just put this blossom one down here. Yeah, so there's that. That gave me a good giggle. And then also, I just want to say thank you to everybody who was responding with lovely comments about Joy and encouragement and, you know, all that sort of stuff. I read her all of the comments about her. Again, I'm not going to put one here because this has got a tag clipped in, so it's nice and busy, so it already feels kind of decorated. She was like, you know, oh, that was kind of nice. It made her kind of feel nice, guys, that you all were caring about her basketball journey. Okay, so like this, see, this page is kind of boring, so it needs something. It needs something on it. So we'll go with this guy here. So thanks for all your comments on Joy's basketball journey. She's like, I was reading them to her, and she was going, huh. And then when someone wrote that all the extra coaching maybe is a good thing, and I was like, and she kind of said, maybe so. You guys made her think a little. Oh my gosh. Kangaroos. Also, I learned that emus like bananas, and they'll stalk you for them. Thank you. I've now learned something else in my life. Interesting. I'll put this. This is my last little butterfly embellishment. That was my last little leaves embellishment. So see, this might actually count as an end of the project. I'll have to see how much stuff I've got left. Well, I don't know. I've still got a bunch of offcuts and stuff. So we still might have to do something. What have I got left here? At the inside of that, let's just put another bloom, flower, bloom. I like this color, goes better with that. Another thing that I've had a couple of questions about recently is my ring that I wear, my wedding ring. And I will say, I've answered it a couple times there, but now it seems like I've gotten several questions, so I'll just answer it here too. Because I have hand problems, pain in my hands, numbness in my hands. I have issues with my hands. My hands do not like to cooperate most of the time. So wearing my regular, like, I have a beautiful wedding ring that I really love, and it's gorgeous and lush, but it hurts to wear it. My hands also get hypersensitive sometimes with pain. And so just the pressing on my other fingers, anytime it would bend a little bit this way, it really hurt. So I just couldn't wear it anymore, but I didn't want to not wear a ring. So you guys, this is a silicone ring, right? It's super flexible, super bendy. Look, I can twist it up. You can wash it, and it's made to, this one is called copper. So it's made to look like copper. So when you're wearing it, it does look like metal. And people have asked, is it rose gold or whatever? No, it's supposed to look like copper, and it kind of does. Like, so when you're just wearing it like this, it looks like a metal band, right? But the sweet part is it doesn't hurt my hand. I got one loose enough that it, you know, sometimes it slides around a little too much, but it's been a godsend. It's the small things sometimes. You don't realize how much something bothers you, or you don't realize how much a solution like this can really impact your daily life. You think that seems like a silly thing, you know, like to have my wedding, you know, a plastic silicone wedding ring on is really going to impact my quality of life, whatever. But seriously, you guys, this has made a huge difference. And just not having that irritation on my hand, that is a huge thing for me. So yeah, you can get them. This one's a groove ring. That's what this one's called. But you can get lots of different brands of them. We've got this one. And I think we just glued it in last time. So I think I'll just glue it in here. But I think this one I'll make a side loading pocket. So I'm just gonna, this is how I do it. So, because when I'm talking, I'm gonna take this out so I don't glue the strings in. When I'm talking, I tend to just start gluing and not paying attention. So in an effort to not glue this side down, I hold this side, and that way I know I don't want to glue on that side. And I just glue down the parts that I want to glue down. So yeah, my ring was a revelation, and it's been a good one. You can get there's all kinds of cute ones on there. You can get, you know, buffalo plaid, you know, buffalo check plaid, and I'm gonna put this down on its own just to get a good. And there's the next one that I think I might order, is pearl. It looks like a mother of pearl. It's white and it looks like pearl. I think that one, but they've got all kinds of designs and stuff. Camo, you know. Maybe I should get that because, you know, I do live in northern Minnesota now. Now that we have that in, I was thinking that one of these cards could go in there, and that works. And we'll put this tag back in there. See, we're using up our ephemera, and we're, you know, getting the signature taken care of. And then this one, like I said, if you missed it in the last one, I'm going to sew the book together like this. And then once the signatures are sewn through the middle, I'm going to glue up the sides here and attach it. And then it'll be a pocket that we can flip and load stuff into. Every time I say flip and do something, it always makes me sound like I'm saying flippin'. We're gonna flip and do that. Okay. I'm just making sure I've got one more definition, so we can go ahead and put that in. Ooh, it feels good to use up a bunch of the stuff on the desk too, guys. And then maybe our after project will be just another piece that we can put out in Happy Mail or something. Okay. Let's find a place to put in a couple of slides in pockets or something. This has already got one of those big tags clipped in, so I don't know how much more clipping in of big tags I want to do. Oh, it's already got a slide there. We could probably tuck one in to one of these here, like that. There you go. Again, it's still drying, so I'm not going to smash it down in there. I think there was another pocket up here, right on that flip side of that one. Yeah. Tuck. I'll put one in there. Oh, another question I got was, I'm going to put one of these. These are my nature cards, peculiar nature cards. And they've got really cool definitions of kind of awesome nature words on there. One of the other questions I got was, what are all the kits that I'm using? And I've said it to several people in the description boxes and stuff. That's got a slide too. I think we're good with the slides. Oh, I do have this one more flip though. And these aren't very bulky, so let's find a place. I think the other one was back here, wasn't it? Yeah, there it is right there. Flipped right to it. So let's find a place up here to put it in. So what I'm going to do is in the description box of this video, so it should be there right now. Let's just put it right here. In the description box of this video, I will put all of the kits. So the main kit that I'm using, this Paper Craftivity, this one, the journal pages and the ephemera. Then I'll list the ones of my kits that I'm using. Botanical definition RipStrips, and my nature cards, my nature flashcards, word cards, and my field notes. So I'll list all of those things There we go. Let's make sure I didn't just glue it down. Okay, so I'll list all of those in the definition or in the description box below, so you guys can see all of the kits that I'm using, which makes sense. You know, next time I do a series like this, I will just list it. I'll just make it a standard listing at the bottom of each, video. That would just make more sense, wouldn't it? That would have made more sense to just do that from the beginning. Okay, so I like that. Now this one is a chunky girl, but like I said, we'll make accommodation for that in the cover. Okay, so my only other thought, so these I'm happy with. Oh, the cover for this one. So the kit does come with this, which is, it says this is the cover piece, and it prints out like a little bit bigger. Can you kind of see? It prints out a little bit bigger than the journal itself, like the journal pages. So I'm thinking we will try to use that. I've never actually used like a cover piece that comes with the kit, but I think it might be kind of fun, and it's a challenge that we can do. Oh, this is one of my ones that printed all funky, but that's okay. You won't see that. So we'll talk about how we can use this in making our cover, which will be in our next video. Right quick, at the end of this one, I want to, what else was I going to do? I was going to do one more thing. Maybe not, actually, because next steps are, now we need to build covers. We need to make a cover for both of these. And then that's when I start showing you how I, once we have the covers built, then I'll show you how I make my strips that I sew my signatures into, because I think we'll do a hidden binding on these rather than sewing through the spine. So I'll show you how I do a hidden binding, and I'll show you those pieces, and then we'll actually bind them in there, and we'll build the cover, and we'll build a cover for this one. And I'll show you how I bind a single signature, which there are plenty of really great videos on both of these things, but I'll just show you my steps, which I'm not saying is anything, you know, earth-shattering, but I should move these down so you can see them, so you have something to look at. But we will do those in the coming video. So this was just kind of a short video about editing our signatures here, and then how, you know, how that honestly, that usually becomes a single signature journal, which look at, you know, we made so much ephemera for this one that we were able to fill this one up without even having to do any extra work. And we've got now 2 journals. So we've got kind of a set or a series of journals, right? So yeah, and then we'll talk about decorating the cover. We'll talk about decorating the inside covers, and we're nearly there, guys. So have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, middle of the night, whatever time it is, on whatever side of this globe of ours you live on. And I hope you're having a wonderful, peaceful, you know, even if you're busy, you can still have the peace that passes all understanding. So even in your busyness, I hope that you're peaceful and just really, you know, have a joy in your heart. And I will see you guys again very soon. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.